Hello, akkam jirtu barattoota nagaa keessanii iddoo jirtan hundumatti nageenya waaqayyo isiniif haa ta'u. Har'a barnoota ji'oogiraafii Remedialii mojuulii haaraa keessaa barattoota Remedialii bara 2017tti barachaa jirtanii fi barattoota qormaata intiraansii fudhattaniidhaaf baay'ee barbaachisaa fi iddoo isin qayyabachuu qabdan keessaa gaaffii 19 qabadhee isiniif dhiyaadheera. Isinis Geo Lesson 17 TUB wajjin qayyabachuudhaan iddoo qaawwa qayyabannaa keessanii akka guuttaniidhaaf gamanumaan isin affeera. Viidiyoo kaleessa isiniif gadhiise keessatti ibsuudhaaf yaale barattoota Remedialiidhaaf mojuulii haaraan kun barnoota kamiyyuu bara 2016tti kan barattan qabiyyee barnoota haaraa keessaa kan isiniif ba'u yoo ta'u, barnoota kamiyyuu kutaa 9, kutaa 10 fi kutaa 11tti barattan keessaa bara 2015, bara 2014 fi bara 2013 kan hammatu ta'aa jechuudha. Barnoonni keessan inni kutaa 12ffaa bara 2016tti kitaaba barattan barnoota kaarikulamii haaraa kan hammatu ta'uu isaa ministeerri barnoota xalayaa gadhiiseen bira gahuun danda'ameera. እንደምናችሁ ተማሪዎች ሰላም ናችሁ? ባላችሁበት የጌታ ሰላም ይብዛላችሁ። ዛሬ በዚህ ቪዲዮ ጂኦግራፊ ለሬሜዲያል ተማሪዎች ከተዘጋጀው ከአዲሱ ሞጁል በጣም የተመራረጡና አስፈላጊ የሆኑ ለ2017 ሬሜዲያል ተማሪዎች የሚያገለግል በጣም ተመራጭና አስፈላጊ የሆነ ቪዲዮን ይዤላችሁ መጥቻለሁኝ። እናንተም ከጂኦ ሌሰን 17 ቲዩብ ጋር በማጥናት የጥናታችሁን ክፍተት እንድታሟሉ አሳስባችኋለሁ። ለሬሜዲያል ተማሪዎች የሚዘጋጀው የፈተና ይዘት 9፣ 10 እና 11 ከ2016 ዓመት በፊት ከተማራችኋቸው የመጽሐፍ ይዘት የሚዘጋጅ ሲሆን የ12ኛ መጽሐፍት ይዘት ግን ከተማራችሁት መጽሐፍ የሚዘጋጅ መሆኑን ትምህርት ሚኒስቴር ባወጣው ደብዳቤ ላይ ገልጿል። Choose the correct answer from the given alternatives. Question number 1. Of the following geological eras, which one is known as the time of solidification of the earth and the formation of oldest rocks? A. Mesozoic era. B. Precambrian era. C. Paleozoic era. D. Cenozoic era. Question number 2. The rocks formed during the Precambrian geological era and is the richest in metallic minerals is A. Interlocking limestone rock. B. Upper sandstone rock. C. Crystalline basement complex rock. D. Sedimentary rocks. Question number 3. Trilobites and shelled animals were the common species of A. Cenozoic era. B. Mesozoic era. C. Paleozoic era. D. Precambrian era. The correct answer for question number 1 is Precambrian era, the geological eras which known as the time of solidification of the earth and the formation of the oldest rocks. The Precambrian era is the earliest geological era during which the earth's crust solidified and the oldest rocks were formed. A, C, and D are not the correct answer because Mesozoic era is the era of reptiles and dinosaurs much later. Paleozoic era is the age of ancient life, not the formation of time. By the way, in Paleozoic era, there is no structural formations, so it is known as the era of gap. D. Cenozoic era is the recent era, which is long after Earth's solidification. For this reason, B is the correct answer. Crystalline basement complex rock is the rock formed during the Precambrian geological era and is the richest in metallic minerals. But A, B, and D are not the correct answer for question number 2. Why? Because interlocking limestone rock is sedimentary rock, which is poor in metallic minerals. Again, upper sandstone rock is sedimentary rock, not metallic rock. Sedimentary rocks again generally lacks metallic minerals. For this reason, C. Crystalline basement complex rock or igneous rock is known as the richest in metallic minerals, which was formed during the Precambrian era. Paleozoic era is known for marine invertebrates, so trilobites and shell animals were the common species of Paleozoic eras. But Cenozoic era is the age of mammals, while Mesozoic era is the age of reptiles and dinosaurs, and Precambrian era is no significant animal fossils. So C is the correct answer. Question number 4. Which of the following era is known as the age of ancient life? A. Precambrian era. B. Mesozoic era. C. Cenozoic era. D. Paleozoic era. Question number 5. The single supercontinent named Pangaea was formed in one of the following geological era. Which one is it? A. Paleozoic era. B. Mesozoic era. C. Precambrian era. D. Cenozoic era. Question number 6. Which one of the following is the initial cause of weather change that results the perish of most amphibians during the Paleozoic era? A. The presence of pluvial rain. B. The formation of Pangaea. C. Slash and burn. D. Structural change of the landforms. Viidiyoon kun viidiyoo baay'ee qormaata keessaniidhaaf isin qopheessuu danda'u waan ta'eef barattoota hedduu bira akka ga'uudhaaf share, like fi comment gochuu hin dagatina. ይህ ቪዲዮ በዚህ ዓመት ሬሜዲያል እና ኢንትራንስ ፈተናን ለምትወስዱ ተማሪዎች በጣም ወሳኝ ስለሆነ ለብዙ ተማሪዎች ይደርስ ዘንድ ይህንን ቪዲዮ ሼር፣ ላይክ እና ኮመንት ማድረግን አትዘናጉ። Paleozoic era is known as the age of ancient life. Literally, Paleozoic means ancient life. But B, A, and C are not the correct answer. Why? Because Precambrian era is the era before life evolved significantly, while Mesozoic era is known as the middle life, reptiles and dinosaurs, and Cenozoic era is the recent life, significantly mammals life. D is the correct answer. Question number 5. Pangaea was formed at the end of the Paleozoic era. B, C, and D are not the correct answer. Why? Because Paleozoic era is the era of Pangaea's formation. The era of the Pangaea's formation. So, A is the correct answer. The formation of Pangaea caused drastic climate changes and leading to amphibians' decline. But A, C, and D are not the correct answer. Why? Because pluvial rain is not a cause, while slash and burn are human activity didn't exist there, and structural change of landform is a general term and is not a specific cause. For this reason, B, the formation of Pangaea causes weather change and results the perish of most amphibians during the Paleozoic era. Question number 7. In which of the following era was the dinosaur extincted? A. Precambrian era. B. Paleozoic era. C. Mesozoic era. D. Aeon. Question number 8. In which of the following period was Pangaea started to break into two? A. Cretaceous period. B. Jurassic period. C. Triassic period. D. Quaternary period. Question number 9. Which of the following evidence is not favoring continental drift theory? A. An identical coastline. B. Types of rocks and structural similarities. C. Fossil evidences. D. Paleoclimatic evidence. Good. The correct answer for question number 7 is that the dinosaurs becomes extincted at the end of Mesozoic era. A, D, and B are not the correct answer. Why they are wrong? Because during the Precambrian era, no dinosaur yet. Paleozoic is the age of fish and amphibians, while Aeon is a time unit, not an era. So, C is the correct answer. Pangea started to break into two Mesozoic era during the Triassic period. A, D, and B are not the correct. Why they are wrong? Because during the Cretaceous period, Pangea already broken. During the Jurassic period, breakup continued, while during the Quaternary period, long after breakup takes place. So, C is the correct answer. An identical coastline is not the favoring continent's drift theory, but similarities of coastline is one evidence of continental drift theory. For question number 9, A is the answer, but it is not correct because continental drift theory is supported by matching coastlines, not an identical ones. But B, C, and D are the correct evidence of continental drift theories. Rock and structural similarities are supporting the theory. Fossil evidence also supports the theory. Paleoclimatic evidence also supports the theory. So, A, an identical coastline is not favoring continental drift theory. A is the correct answer. Question number 10. One of the following type of folding is formed when one limb is pushed over the other limb. Which one is it? A, overthrust fold. B, asymmetrical fold. C, overfold. D, syncline. Question number 11. Of the following, which one is not categorized to young fold mountain? A, Andes. B, Rockies. C, Alps. D, the Urals. Question number 12. The study of the solid earth is called A, geology. B, oceanography. C, meteorology. D, astronomy. Overthrust fault formed when one limb is pushed over the other limb. But B, C, and D are not the correct. Why? Asymmetrical fold is formed when limbs are unequal but not overthrust. Overfold is bent over but not necessarily thrust. Syncline is a downward fold. Therefore, A is the correct answer for question number 10. Urals is not categorized to young fold mountains. Rather, it is old fold mountains. But A, B, and C are young fold mountains. So, the correct answer is D. Question number 12. The study of the solid earth is called geology. Geology is the science of the earth's solid materials. But oceanography studies about oceans, tides, and the waves takes place on oceans. Meteorology studies about weather and the weather patterns. Astronomy studies about celestial bodies. For this reason, A is the correct answer. Question number 13. The Earth scientist most likely to study storms is A. A geologist, B. A meteorologist, C. Oceanographer, D. Astronomer. Question number 14. The study of the complex relationships between living things and their environment is called A. Geology, B. Ecology, C. Meteorology, D. Astronomy. Meteorologists studies about storms, while geologists studies about rocks, oceanographer studies about oceans and tides, while astronomers studies about stars and spaces. For this reason, B is the correct answer. Ecology studies the complex relationship between living things and their environment, while geology studies about the earth, meteorology studies about weather, and astronomy studies about space and stars. Reasonably, B is the correct answer for question number 14. Question number 15. The region along lithosphere plate boundaries where one plate is moved beneath another is called A. Rift Valley, B. Subduction zone, C. Transform built boundary, D. Convergent boundaries. Question number 16. The point on the Earth's surface directly above the point where an earthquake occurs is called the A. Focus, B. Epicenter, C. Fracture, D. Fault. Question number 17. P waves travel through A. Solids only, B. Liquids and gases only, C. Both solids and liquids, D. Liquids only. Subduction zone is a plate boundaries where one plate is moved beneath another. So, it is an oceanic plate sinks beneath another plate. But A, C, and D are not the correct. Why? Because Rift Valley is known as a plates diverge, whereas transform boundary plates slide past each other. On convergent boundaries, general term, but subduction is specific. For this reason, B is the correct answer for question number 15. Epicenter is a point on the Earth's surface directly above the point where an earthquake occurs. This means the epicenter is directly above the earthquake focus. So, A, D, and C are not the correct. Why? Because focus is actual point underground, while fracture is a cracking of rocks, and fault is a breaking in the Earth's crust. Reasonably, B is the correct answer for question number 16. P waves or primary waves can travel through both solids and liquids. So, the correct answer for question number 17 is C. Question number 18. By analyzing the difference in the time it takes for P waves and S waves to arrive at seismograph station, scientists can determine an earthquake's A. epicenter, B. L waves, C. fault zones, D. intensity. Question number 19. S waves cannot pass through A. solids, B. the Earth's outer core, C. the mantle, D. the atmosphere. The difference in arrival times helps to locate the earthquake's epicenter. So, A is the correct answer, but B, C, and D are not correct because L wave is surface wave, while fault zone is determined by mapping, not wave analysis. And intensity is measured by damage, not arrival time. S wave cannot pass through the Earth's outer core because the outer core is liquid. So S wave cannot pass through liquids. Whereas A, C, and D are wrong. Why? Solids, it says A. S waves can pass through solids. Mantle, it says C. Solid S waves passes. And atmosphere, it says solid plus S waves passes through. For this reason, B is the correct answer.